Welcome to our YouTube channel Math with Jiva. When you start today's video, you may think the way she is going to present the lesson is little bit different. She doesn't have her marker pens, whiteboard. Yes, it's little bit different because today I want to share something new. I am not sharing any math concepts today. Instead, I thought to share a different thought with you. Before going to today's discussion, first of all, I would like to tell you why I wanted to start a YouTube channel like this. With my experience over many years, I observe a lot of students, they think math is a very difficult subject where they cannot score marks. And also, parents are worrying too much. They are finding solutions and they are finding various resources. Some of you may have found a solution for this, but some of you may have not. So that's what I wanted to start this channel, because I wanted to change that attitude towards to this subject, and I wanted to have more kids who like math. And when you hear the term or when you hear about this subject, you want to feel comfort or happy after watching all my videos. So now all of you know, after selecting a topic, I cover the content from the very basic level in simple terms as much as possible with many examples. So when you go to my YouTube channel, you can find various playlists. So there are so many topics you can find. Under each playlist there are many videos. I have numbered them. Let's say you think this part is difficult for me. So what you can do, children, you can watch that playlist from the beginning, then you can clarify your doubt. Then let's say you have understood a certain topic up to a level, but thereafter you can't understand. Then you can check the description box, because I have mentioned everything about that particular video. Then you can check from which point I want to watch. That means from which point I want to clarify my doubt. So that is how you can get the maximum benefit out of my videos, because in near future I am planning to launch my website where you can find various model papers and answers for them. And also, so watching the video, still you have doubts, so you can comment on the video or you can clarify. So I have mentioned my Facebook page and my email. Then in near future you have my website, so you can clarify your doubts then and there without waiting for the next video, right? So that was my intention and how you can get the maximum benefit out of my videos or else out of my YouTube channel. Let's come to today's topic. I told you today I am not talking any math concept, but to bring that idea again, I like to introduce an equation. So you may think she is not talking about math, but again she is talking about an equation. Yes, this is very simple equation. First of all, tell me, to learn math, I told you I wanted to have more kids who like math. Yes, to learn math quickly and easily, if you watch my videos or else you listen to your teacher, if you are in a happy mood, easily you can absorb things, right? So that means in simple terms, if you are happy, you can learn them easily and quickly. That means you want to be a happy child. To be a happy child, there may be various factors. Out of all these factors, I selected one which I felt this is very important to be happy, and it covers overall happiness. So that means you happy with something and another factor affects to your happiness. No, the factor I am talking today will be covered each and every part and every angle of your happiness. So that is, to be happy, I suggest you should be healthy. Now, you may think we don't have any sickness, we are not ill. That means we are healthy. So why she is asking us to be healthy, to be happy and to learn math? In simple terms, you don't have any sickness, you are not ill, yes, you are healthy. But children, actually, being healthy is not only mere absence of diseases and disabilities. To be healthy, there are some considerations. What are they? To be healthy, so there should be physical well-being and mental well-being, social well-being and spiritual well-being. When you cover, or else when you have all these four considerations only, you will be a healthy person, right? So mere absence of diseases and disabilities, yes, in a way you are healthy, but it's a part of a healthy life, right? So today onwards, I'm going to have 4 videos to cover all these 4 considerations. After watching all 4 videos, you may understand, yes, she is very correct. To learn math, you want to be happy. And to be happy, you want to be healthy. To be healthy, you want to have all these 4 considerations. So let's get started. Today in this video, I am going to cover one consideration, that is physical well-being. What do you mean by physical well-being? You told you don't have any sickness or you are not ill. Physically you don't have anything. Yes, that is part of physical well-being. To have physical well-being, you want to have, so that means you want to minimize your behavioral patterns which lead to ill health, right? So you don't want to have any physical illness or sickness. Then you want to minimize your behavioral patterns which lead to ill health. Third one, you want to have physical fitness. So these 3 requirements should have to have physical well-being, right? How can you have physical well-being? For that, you want to have few items in your life. When I am explaining these items, think about them, and if you have them in your life, so great, keep it up. Try to maintain them. If you don't have them, so don't worry, you can have them, because to have them, you don't want to spend a single cent. I would say, to have physical well-being or to be healthy, finally, you don't want to spend a single cent. Why? Each and every component you want to have to be healthy are freely available around you. You want to find them and you want to get them into your life. Sometimes you are small kids, you can't get them to your life alone. So that's what your parents are there, your elders are there, relations, and now you have a new friend. So Math with Jiva. So here I am helping you, right? So what are these items? First item to have physical well-being, fresh air. Children, do you like to live in an environment with a bad smell? No, we don't like. Bad odor? No, we don't like. Right. Tell me, as little ones, how you can contribute and how you can work to have a fresh air environment. Think like this. Can you remember? Always we get things from the environment. So, have you ever thought, so what are we giving back to the environment? Now, can you understand? So, these days we are staying at home. So, now we are getting the punishment of not doing that, not giving anything to our environment. Always we got everything, we were so busy, we didn't have time to care about her, about the environment. So To have fresh air, what you can do as little ones, when you celebrate your special days, especially let's say your birthday or New Year, what you can do, you can have a good habit, you can cultivate a good habit. You can plant a tree, right? And you can avoid polythene burning. You can segregate your waste items into separate bins and you can manage your waste items well. So this is how you can contribute towards to your environment to have fresh air. Then the second item will be clean water. For drinking, bathing, washing, for everything you need to have fresh clean water. As a kid, in your age, at least you want to drink clean water 1.5 liters to 2 liters, right? Okay, that is the first item, fresh air. The second item, clean water. Most important part, third item, I want to discuss with you in this lesson or in this video, hygiene and sanitation. You may have heard these two words these days because a lot of medical experts are talking about these two terms, but do you know the real meaning of these two terms? Hygiene, maintain your personal cleanliness. Right? I know most of the students who are watching this video definitely are above grade 6. At that age, nobody wants to tell you, hey, this is the time you want to brush your teeth, this is the time you want to have a wash, and this is the time you want to trim your nails. So this is not that age. You can do these things by yourself. So, and another way, think, so do you want to associate a person who doesn't have a wash properly and who is having a bad smell? No. So if you don't like that, let's say if you are such a person, so how about others? Will other people like to associate with you? No. Think, keep that part away, how other people think about you. But how do you feel after having a proper wash? How do you feel, children? Let's say when you feel tired, so how do you feel? Let's say throughout the day you have done a lot of things, lot of activities, now you feel tired, and after having a wash, sometimes after having a cup of tea, then how do you feel? So when you maintain your personal cleanliness well, so it relaxes you, so it feel fresh. Then if you feel fresh, then you take a book to study, then you take something to read, how it affects to your life, so how it affects to your brain. So practice these things and check whether she is talking the truth or not. You do yourself and then you will realize, yes. So when we maintain our personal cleanliness well, so we feel relaxed, we feel fresh, so it's easier for us to do our day-to-day things, especially as school kids. It's easier for you to do your studies well, right? So sanitation supports to maintain your personal cleanliness. That means the things you need to maintain your personal cleanliness. That is the third point. The next point, healthy food. Children, when we go to a restaurant or a pastry shop, all of us would love to have junk food. But for a change, time to time, it's okay. But as a habit, having junk food, it's not good for your health at all. So what you want to do, somehow you want to have a habit to have a healthy, balanced diet. Then the next one, can you remember when I was explaining about physical well-being, I told you having the physical fitness? Yes, it's part of that. To have that physical fitness, you want to involve in sports activities and exercises. Now these days you are free because you don't have tuition classes, you don't want to go to school, so you stay at home. Everybody at home, so what you can do, you can engage in sports activities and exercises which strengthen your physical fitness. So what are they? Whatever you can select, whatever you like. It can be badminton or swimming, walking, running, or else let's say what are they, playing cricket. So you can select what you like, but you can engage them days. It should be a daily practice, right? So you can select whatever you wish, but you want to do, you can select a particular time. That means at around 5 p.m. or in the evening 5 o'clock I am doing this, or else early morning before starting everything I am going to do this. So it will be a habit, right? Okay, then the next one is I know this item you would love, because so I'll bring it like this: adequate sleep and rest. Now she's talking the correct item. So far she talked which we don't want, but now she's talking the item which we need: rest and sleep. Yes, you need it, I'm agree with you, but I want to bring this item in different way, children. Now think like this: these days sometimes over the phone your teachers and your tuition teachers send you some study materials and they ask you to do them at home. Now let's say you do them and you want to have a rest. Now tell me how you are going to have that rest. So what you do during your rest time: Ami, can I have your mobile phone? Tati, can I have your mobile phone? Then you do like this. So is that the resting time? What happened again? Your eyes will be tired. Or else you go to the television and take the remote control, then change the channels and you watch various programs. So is that the way you have your rest? If so, I would say, children, it's not an effective rest, right? So to have an effective rest, what you can do? You go to the outside. You can enjoy the environment. You feel the environment. Let's say you are good at art and handwork. You can create a handwork. Or else, let's say you have a music instrument. You can play it for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's say you can sing songs. So you can sing song. Either you can listen to the radio and you can dance. And if you are a girl, if you have dolls, you can play with them. If you are a boy, you can go around, you can have a chat with your family members. So go out from your room or else from your study table and have a rest effectively. And the next item, sleep. Then again, is it an effective sleep? So what you do these days, you watch movies, let's say at around 11:30, then go to the bed. Again you ask your parents' mobile phone, you play a game, then you go to sleep. So then again early morning you get up, straight away you go to the television, because these days you have cartoons and movies. Early morning you go. Then is it an effective sleep? No. So you want to have a rest and you want to have an adequate sleep, but I want to emphasize both of them should be in an effective manner, right? Okay. And the last one, you want to have a pleasant environment. You may think to have a pleasant environment, we need to have money. We need to have luxurious things in our life. No, children, it's not the way. To have a pleasant environment, what you have, you can arrange them in methodical way so you can have a pleasant environment. So think like this. Now your study table, you have kept all of your books here and there, and you go to your room, you have kept your clothes here and there. Now think normal days when you go to school, can you remember early morning there is a drama? So in each and every home, most of the houses, you can see this. Ammi, where is my socks? So I can find only one shoes. What happened to the other one? I took my Sinhala textbook out from my bag yesterday to do homework. Now I can't find it. So you're screaming like nothing, and your younger ones, elder ones. So it's not nice to have such an environment. So instead, if you can arrange your these days, I know some of you may have done this because last few weeks you had a free time, some of you may have done. If you have not done this already, so don't worry, today itself you can do this. Arrange your study table, separate your textbooks, your writing books, and your books you use in the tuition classes, and your stationeries. Separate them. You can create your own pen holders and your platinums, color pencils and pens. You separate them, and erasers and your other items you need for your math and everything, you separate them. And if you have enough spaces, you can keep a photograph of yours, a family photographs, and you can have a rigiform notice board, and you can have special charts. So likewise, you can arrange your study table neatly and nicely, then you feel like to go there. Then when you feel like to go there, then you feel like to study, right? Then think about your room. So you can arrange them, and your cupboard. You can separate your clothes. Though these are the items, these are the clothes I usually wear, and these are the items I use to go to the temple, and these are the clothes I wear for my tuition classes, and these are my underwears and socks, handkerchiefs, and likewise you can separate them, nicely arrange them. Then when you open it, so then it feels a different thing, so you may feel a different. Then think about your bathroom or else other thing. Having pleasant environment, sometimes you may think you are keeping everything in order. No. The final thing I want to emphasize you children, whatever the items you have kept in order, but still you don't have a pleasant environment. Why? Let's say you go to the washroom, you come out without wiping it. You have your meals, sometimes you wash it only using water, no soap, no detergent. Somebody wants to come and do it again, right? You take a chair, you don't want to keep it as it is. So you take something and you keep it where you use it, you don't want to keep it in the correct place. Then what happens? So your mummy or somebody else who is doing these things at your home, so they want to repeat it. Then what happens? They feel tired, then so sometimes they are angry and they are shouting at you. Then what happens? So whatever the facilities you have, again an unpleasant environment. To have a pleasant environment, you want to keep everything in order, right? And also you want to have correct behaviors, you want to respect each other, you want to love each other to create a pleasant environment in your home. So children, so this is what I want to share today under physical well-being. Now think about these things. After watching all 4 videos, you may realize, yes, each and every item, small things, but it matters a lot. Ultimately, to be healthy, that means to have a happy life. So that's what I told you. To learn easily and quickly, you should be in a happy mood. That means you should be a happy child. To be a happy child, you want to be a healthy child. To be healthy, there are 4 considerations. You want to have physical well-being, mental well-being, social well-being and spiritual well-being. And to have physical well-being, so you want to have fresh air, clean water, hygiene and sanitation. That means you want to maintain your personal cleanliness well. Then healthy food, exercises and sports activities, adequate sleep and rest. So both of them should be in an effective manner, and pleasant environment. That pleasant environment, keeping everything in order and associating with your family members in good terms, right? So that's end of today's discussion. We'll meet again with mental well-being, social well-being and spiritual well-being. Till then, try to learn, try to implement, try to have these items in your life and try to have physical well-being which will be a part of your healthy life. Okay, see you children.